Trez, especially tonight, and kind of how that bench impacted and how you play next to him, how you think that will play moving forward.
Yeah, he's a hell of a player. He brings that energy, that spark off the bench. He's able to, get to his floaters. He stays on the glass offensively for us to get us extra possessions. Great at defense, continuously learning to adapt to our system on both sides of the ball. But when you're a special talent, like he is, he's able to adapt quickly. So when he comes in, we know we're going to bring that energy, whether we're down or up. He's going to bring that spark for us to, get us back in games or increase leads.
You guys won 17 straight games in the West on the road last year, and of course, sold-out crowds, right? You got a lot of Laker fans, but also the home fans going hard against you. What has it been like these last three without that element, or at least without close to that? And how is there a different way that you guys have to kind of find some motivation and such?
We have our own motivation. Obviously, with the fans, it's a little bit different. Especially with the Lakers, they travel so well and visiting arenas that we're able to feed off their energy. But like I said, we have guys like, Trez West, even in our starting unit, we bring our own energy. Duds, QC, Costas, and Devontae, all these guys bring that energy and always talking towards the hyper sub when we're on the floor. Those guys might not play a lot, but they find ways to help us win. Especially tonight, they were able to, stay in our ear. Just tell us keep playing. A lot of shots wasn't falling for a couple guys, especially early. Those two guys who was able to tell us keep going, bringing that energy, clapping for us and things like that, telling us we'll be all right. So, we definitely have to find our own energy, but I think we did a good job find that energy while we're on the road.
Dave?
AD, you guys used a late run to put this one away, and one of the early buckets in the run was you playing two-man game with LeBron, rolling him, hitting you with the pocket pass, and you go for the floater. I want to know if you can tell me what the origins of that shot, when you incorporate it into your game. Is that back in Chicago days before you grew to be 6'11"?
Hey, you didn't see my floater all last year?
Not that much.
I'm like, what? I was probably in New Orleans. I used to do it all the time. But, yeah, I mean, me and Trey just had an argument about who has the best floater as a big. My floaters, I'll bring it out more for you guys now. But did you guys hear that?
Well, maybe not in a 6-point game with 3 minutes to go.
No, yes, yeah. So, Bron does a great job of getting downhill and putting pressure on the big and reading that reading that play, reading the defender. So, he either finished the layup or his, I don't know if he have a good floater or not, but his little midi jump shot, and then, or hit the pocket pass to me or skip it weak side for a three. So, we just try to, figure out ways to exploit the defense and all their schemes, especially, with their bigs playing back tonight. But, I've always kind of had the floater. And it really just came from when I was my early years in the league. I wasn't the strongest guy in the world. So, I kind of hated just going to the paint and just, when you're a rookie, second year, you don't really get many foul calls. So I just kind of developed that floater to, stop from going into, the lane and getting fouled.
Kyle?
Just especially after the first quarter you guys had today, what do you miss the most when KCP and Alex both can't play at the same position, and how does it scramble your defense, to start games like that?
Yeah, I think we did a good job tonight to start. Kind of just fell off, but, KCP, is one of our best defenders, and he's one to guard, the best wing, especially a guy their shooter who's flying around. Like, he probably would start on Dylan Brooks for sure tonight. AC, also a tough guy, picking up 94 feet. He was able to also be our backup PG. And so now it's a scramble when Brian and Dennis is out there, want to get a foul trouble. We bring Taylor in for a PG, but, Taylor more of a two guard, So we don't really have that, that true PG that we usually have when Alex is around. But we adjust. But, it's tough not having those guys. They're a big part of our team and our offense. And we're able to have those guys on the floor. We're able to have those guys on the floor. They just bring a different dynamic for our team.
Last two, Dan.
I'll give you a minute. Hold on.
Go ahead, Dan.
Yeah. With the compressed off season, oh boy. With the compressed off season and kind of the nature of this season, with no fans and stuff like that, how much are you going to have to monitor? Sort of, you mentioned energy a couple of times. How much do you guys have to monitor being able to create that? And I'm curious, kind of, what are some of the things that happen on the court, like in a game like this, that kind of do inject the game with energy when it seems like it needs it?
I think for us, we kind of feed off ourselves, and a lot of times we feed off the crowd, but we got used to feeding off ourselves. When we go on runs, like we had, tonight, to start the game, we usually have that crowd noise of, Laker Nation, cheering for us and giving us that spark. And then when they go on the run, we combat that run. Like I said, we had that noise, but now it's ourselves, Coach put a lot of emphasis on our bench to continuously to talk. And it started in the bubble. Knowing that we weren't going to have any fans, we needed our bench to kind of be that fan base for us. And we've done a good job of doing so, but it is different not having the fans there, especially when we go on runs. We're down 12, and coming back on that run, even though we were able to complete it and finish the game and get the win, when you're in the playoffs or playing another team, you might need those fans, especially when we're at home. So we got to find ways to just continue to bring our own energy, bring that noise, bring that positive energy to our group, and I think we can get a job done.
Last one, Jovan.
Hey, D. This season you're averaging a career high in assists, and I'm curious, was that a point of emphasis for you in the shortened off season, or is that because you guys have more offensive weapons this season, or what would you attribute that to?
I'm just trying to add more to my game. I know a lot of teams try to double just to make me get a different look and not score. So the best way to beat a double team, is to find an open guy, and our guys are making shots. I just got to do my job and draw a double. Once I do that, find the right guy, whether it's in front of me, weak side corner, the big down in the middle, or whatever it is. I got to make the read, and that's how you make your team better. I haven't been scoring like you guys used to, but I've been making the right plays and finding my teammates who've been doing a great job of knocking down shots, and just continuously making plays for others. And it's good that I have Mark here because I've been learning a lot from Mark as far